We had a Trump event in LA, and I'm going to tell you all about it today on The Hollywood Conservative for The Rebel. I had a very special treat over the weekend. You know, it's not very often that I get to hang out with like-minded people here in Los Angeles. Actually, I take that back. I have a lot of like-minded friends here in LA, but it's not often that I get to hang out with such a voluminous crowd of Trump-supporting conservatives. But God is good, and Friday was one of those opportunities. So this is a new thing to me. Somehow I was not aware of the existence of this Trump Unity Bridge. It's a float built on top of a flatbed rig constructed by and driven around by a Michigan guy, Rob Cordes. Now, everywhere he goes, Trump supporters gather. It's been spotted in many states across the country, and this weekend it rolled into Southern California. It started by the beach on Friday afternoon and then made its way inland to Toluca Lake, which is right next to Burbank, and it rolled into our area about 8 p.m. Now, I was at an apartment nearby earlier, and around 6 p.m. I saw 3 cops on motorcycles pull up and park near it and just kind of stand there. Now, I didn't know how much publicity was happening with this Trump Unity Bridge, and I didn't want to call attention to it and to the cops if they didn't already know about it. I obviously don't want to cause any unnecessary drama or attention, so I walked up to the cops and I was just like, "Hi, fellas, how are you doing? What are you doing here?" And they looked at me kind of funny and said, "Well, that depends. What are you doing here?" So we laughed because we obviously knew why we were all there. But the location where I saw it in Toluca Lake was at a classic burger joint called Bob's Big Boy. I think it's been open for, I don't know, years. It's since the 20s or 30s. But on Friday nights, they have this classic car night. The entire parking lot is full of all of these amazing old cars that people have restored. Now, my concern was that this Trump Unity Bridge wouldn't have parking permits and be able to park, and the lot was full of its regular amount of classic cars. So, of course, I was worried about where it was going to park, but the cops were very kind and relatively lenient as far as letting it sit in the parking lot, somewhat blocking traffic for about 20 or 30 minutes. The other people who owned the classic cars, who clearly were not there to see the Trump Unity Bridge, were actually really nice and let it sit there before they moved their cars and went home that night. Now, keep in mind that this area of Los Angeles tends to be slightly more conservative. You can usually tell which areas of California are more conservative because they tend to be more patriotic and you see more American flags. So fortunately for us, it is a visual manifestation of friendly territory, and this area just happens to be one of those areas. So I'll stop talking now about it, and I will just let you see a clip and hear about it. This is as it was first arriving. So it was a really fun night. I would say that there were probably 200, maybe 300 people there. I had an amazing time chatting with people. And I would just like to add that at least 50% of the crowd was non-white. It's a very common misconception, especially here in Los Angeles, that all Trump supporters are white people. But at least half of the crowd, no joke, was Black, Hispanic, or Asian. I met veterans. I met regular old American civilians like myself. So it was a really, really beautiful sight to see. You can check his website. I think you can just Google Trump Unity Bridge. He has a Facebook page for it. See if it's coming somewhere in your area. I think he's got a PayPal account, so you can throw some dollars his way if you want to support this guy who is driving around the country inspiring patriotism and support for our president. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. I hope you were having a great week already. I'm Amanda Head, the Hollywood Conservative for The Rebel. If you enjoyed my commentary and want to hear more from all of us here at The Rebel, subscribe to our premium content at www.therebel.media/shows. Make sure you're following us on Facebook and Twitter for all of our latest news, and download our new app for The Rebel Media on the App Store. That way you'll have instant access to all of our latest videos and your favorite Rebel shows.